Holy cow! What you see behind me is not a green screen. I'm standing at the foot of Mount Arbel in Galilee in northern Israel. That's a beautiful place. It's a gorgeous day that God has given. And this place reminds me of something I didn't know for the longest time about the teaching of the Bible. See, I'm from Wisconsin in the United States, and where I live is pretty flat. But almost all of Israel is very different. The coastline along the Mediterranean is flat, but as you get into the part of Israel where most of the Bible happened, the place where Jesus lived, it looks like this. Like towering hills and plunging valleys, one after another. To go from Galilee south to Jerusalem wasn't like a flat walk, it was incredible work. And there's so many connections to that as we read the Bible, but this is the one that jumps out at me, the teaching of John the Baptist. According to him, his identity was connected to this prophecy from Isaiah, which said this: "Prepare the way for the Lord, make straight paths for him. Every valley shall be filled in, every mountain and hill made low. The crooked road shall become straight, the rough ways smooth, and all people will see God's salvation." John's job was to preach repentance, to have people change their mind about spiritual things. And he said that for people to actually see God, to have a straight path to him, he would have to fill in the valleys and take down the mountains. Now, what exactly does that mean? Well, I see it this way. Oftentimes people don't see God or connect with him because of this mountain of pride. You know, we think so much of ourselves that maybe we don't need Jesus or his unconditional love, his salvation at the cross. Maybe I'm a pretty good person, but that pride can get in the way of seeing God. And so can the valley of shame. When we're in such a low spot, when we loathe ourselves, we're so depressed about things we've done spiritually, when we're down in the darkness and we just feel like there's no way I could get up to God, the preaching of the Bible fixes that too. It humbles us from those high hills. It raises us up from those dark valleys. The teaching of John the Baptist, Jesus, and the entire Bible tells us we're probably not as good as we think. We are sinners who don't deserve God's love. And yet, he reaches down into the valley to get us so that we have the straight path to see the face of our Father through Jesus. That's hard to remember when you live in Wisconsin, but when you're here in Galilee, you know exactly what it means. To have a flat, straight road is a beautiful thing that rarely happens, but through the preaching of law and gospel, sin and grace, that's exactly how we get to God. That's a powerful message that you can learn here in Israel, in the region of Galilee. Earlier this year, I got to explore Israel. I'm sitting literally in the place where Jesus' feet touched. I saw some amazing places. The old city of Jerusalem, the Garden of Gethsemane, beautiful Nazareth, and the Mount of Beatitudes, Capernaum, on the shores of the Sea of Galilee. And I can't wait to share these video devotions with you.